The Six-Day War was the next thing that happened, and it happened in 1967. In the 17 years between that first war we just talked about and 1967, a bunch of shit happened. To summarize, a bunch of tit-for-tat raids happened along the Jordanian border, and Israel fucked up big time in what is called the Lavon affair. Israel was planning on carrying out terrorist attacks against civilian targets, and then blaming them on the Egyptian Muslim Brotherhood so that they could create enough tension and chaos in the region so that the British would stick around with their forces and protect the Suez Canal and the Jewish interests. This fuck up led to militaristic posturing by Israel's Arab neighbors and Palestinian forces. And that led to the preemptive strike by Israel, which is now known as the Six-Day War. In 6 days, Israel took over the entirety of the region, everything that the UN had taken and divided up. This, of course, humiliated the Arabs, especially the Egyptian and Syrian armies. Now, those two armies in 1973 staged a surprise attack on Israel, which came to be known as the Yom Kippur War. And even though they didn't accomplish much of anything, they felt that their honor was restored. In 1964, the PLO was founded. The PLO is the Palestinian Liberation Organization. And 5 years later, in 1969, Yasser Arafat was elected as its leader. From its inception until 1993, the PLO carried out numerous, and I mean numerous, terrorist attacks against Israel. A lot of dick moves. But if you think Palestinians were the only assholes in this period, consider that Israeli forces stood idly by as 1,700 to 3,500 unarmed Palestinians were slaughtered in a refugee camp during the Lebanese war. Also, the Israelis refused to let back in 250,000 Palestinians who had left to study abroad or to live abroad for some time during this period. It is now no secret that Israel tried to do this in secret and that it is doing the same thing in Jerusalem now. In 1993, the PLO officially recognized Israel and its right to exist. It also denounced violence and terrorism. In exchange, the Palestinian Authority was formed and the control of the West Bank and Gaza was ceded to it. However, there were some Palestinian factions that didn't go along with this, notably Hamas. Tensions and tit-for-tat continued as Palestinian and Israeli authorities tried to negotiate lasting peace after 1993. Just as they were this close to reaching lasting peace, signing these documents and saying there's no more fighting, Arafat got cold feet and walked away. This was in the Camp David summit of 2000. Basically, the West Bank and Gaza were promised to the Palestinian authorities, and for the refugee problem, the Israelis promised financial reparations. I suspect that the biggest reason Arafat didn't want to go along was that he didn't want to sign away the right of his countrymen to protest against what they felt was an unlawful invasion all along. In 2006, Hamas, as a political party, won a majority in the Palestinian Parliamentary Council. Now, Hamas does not recognize Israel as a legitimate state, wants it wiped out of the region, and is committed to doing anything it takes to accomplish that goal. In 2007, fighting broke out between the forces of the successor to Yasser Arafat, President Mahmoud Abbas, and Hamas. And as a result of that fight, you got Hamas controlling the Gaza Strip and the Palestinian Authority and President Mahmoud Abbas controlling the West Bank. Since then, Israel has had a blockade on the Gaza Strip. Nothing goes in, nothing comes out. Egypt has done the same thing. They don't allow anything to go over the borders. And of course, that's been devastating for Gaza. And they keep getting Iranian rockets and, throwing them into Israel, and some of them land But mostly they just get a whole lot of nothing. And Israel comes and fucks them up every once in a while. So we'll see where things go from here. And I hope you learned something from this and enjoyed it. Talk to you later. Please subscribe to my channel. It's a new one. It's not my personal channel anymore. It's Working Penguin. So you might have to resubscribe. Please like and or comment on the video. If you don't agree with anything I've said here, I would love to hear from you. Thanks again. Subscribe and comment and like and shit. Yay, subscribe and comment and shit. Woo! Subscribe and comment and shit. Woo! Subscribe and comment and shit. Yay!